As you may know, Analog Pictures has released several short films over the past several years. I think we're about 10 or 11 right now. And through my channel, Century Dude, of course, you've gotten some exposure to my short films and what they're like. The most recent ones being Dandelions and R-Class Part 2, which hopefully you've watched the both of them on this channel. Of course, I just wanted to give a production update right now and where it may be going in the future regarding Analog Pictures. Before I begin, I just want to thank you for watching my Analog Pictures short films and for tuning into this channel each and every day. And make sure to always please subscribe and leave comments down below if you have anything to inquire. Your feedback and your participation is greatly appreciated, so thank you. Anyway, on to this show. Concerning the future of Analog Pictures, I'm honestly not sure where I really want to go to next as far as short films are concerned, but I did have a few ideas. Obviously, I don't want to dive into Art Class Part 3 immediately. I'd rather wait until next year to do it. And even then, as far as my short films are concerned, I kind of maybe want to go a little less ambitious, if that means it's not going to be as time-consuming as Art Class 2 turned out to be. But otherwise, there are a few ideas that I brought up. I don't know which ones work better than the other, but these are sort of the non-Art Class 3 ideas I sort of have. My first idea is I do at least want to do something with stop motion in some regard. I don't know what that will entail, per se, whether that will be, well, narrative or experimental for that matter, or what object I might be using, whether it's a toy or a household appliance or anything else really. So honestly, I know I do want to do something with stop motion, but what that entails right now, I'm honestly not sure. In addition to that, I know I do want to make another Kleptomaniac short film, bring Korn back for that especially. If you watched the Kleptomaniac short film, Korn was the one who played the Kleptomaniac himself. Unfortunately, due to a time issue, Korn wasn't there to film his cameo for Art Class 2. But hopefully I can get him back and do another Kleptomaniac short film. I feel like his thieving antics are going to be sort of nice to see again, and I would really hope to expand upon that and why he does that. Maybe the story could be he got over his kleptomania, but then there's a little bit of temptation that comes back to haunt him, and he has to attempt to overcome his kleptomania, and then maybe we could develop the story from there. And maybe if I really wanted to, I could tie it into Art Class 3 somehow, since, I mean, all roads are now going to Art Class 3, if really considered the whole interconnected universe sort of thing. But maybe I could also just frame it in a way where Kleptomania, the next short, is going to be, you know, it's just somewhat contained. So, I mean, you can watch it on its own, but you can also watch it as part of the larger Analog Pictures canon. As far as the third idea, I had an idea for a story, and I might even go towards this idea first. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do stop motion first. I really don't know quite yet. So it's about a guy who lives in the sitcom world, and everything is always, you know, going as pleasant for him, you know, typical laugh tracks and stuff like that. But one day everything goes terribly wrong. He loses his entire family. Horrible car accident. His girlfriend breaks up with him. His best friend doesn't want to be friends with him anymore, and then steals his video games, and maybe his favorite restaurant closes. Everything that could go wrong will go wrong, and he is just feeling as low as humanly possible. The problem is he's living in the constraints of the sitcom world, and the laugh track is going. So anytime bad things happen, the laugh track is still going, and then once he becomes self-aware that no one's taking him seriously, this is where it starts to get comedic, and he starts to lash out. So there's a story idea right there. I sort of maybe want to do something like that as far as Analog Pictures shorts are concerned. And then, of course, we do have to take into account Art Class 3, which I will use to wrap up the Art Class trilogy. But I think I might also just use Art Class 3 to wrap up Analog Pictures as a whole. I feel like it might be the 15th or 16th and final analog picture short film, because I want to wrap up everything. That, and I'm in the works of course, it's in progress, but I'm in the works of getting a small freelance video business up and running. So I might just start doing things through that one. Tentatively, it's called Legacy Productions, but I might change the name of my freelance. But anyway, I might use it as a way to send off analog pictures and sort of discontinue it. I mean, it's going to be 5 years next year that I've been using the analog pictures banner, so I might just use Art Class 3 as a way to wrap everything up. I mean, Art Class 1 was the first one for analog pictures, so it makes sense to end everything as we began it. What we will do with storylines, I'm not completely sure yet. Obviously, it's the end of a trilogy, and I want to wrap things up, but I also don't want to go too terribly ambitious as far as special effects are concerned with the last one, so maybe we're not going to travel in the cartoon world as much as what we were doing. Obviously, I want to tie up Shui's arc. He's still railing over the loss of his girlfriend from Dandelion, so hopefully we can find a way for him to move on from that. Then there's the whole thing with the interrogator and what he's going to do with the cartoon character. I don't think it's a matter of him trying to eliminate the cartoon character because he finds him dangerous. I think he wants to bring him in and, of course, interrogate him because he has something he wants. So if there's something there that he wants from the cartoon character, then maybe that's going to add a little something, and then hopefully we can wrap up there what his mysterious motivations are concerning the cartoon character. He's in the cartoon world, some time has passed, and maybe he has a cartoon baby then with his cartoon wife. So, I mean, there's an idea right there. And as you know, Charles, the main actor, he plays Chuck the art teacher. I might relegate him more to a cameo role this time because it was hard to get him on set due to some time issues and scheduling issues. He was supposed to be in the short film a whole lot, but I really had to condense it so he was in 2/3 or maybe even half of it, because looking back, I think he was only there for, 2 days, I think, so not as long as what I initially wanted him to be there for, but here we are, of course. So we have that. So maybe if we have him at like the very end as for a small role, we get him on set for a day. That might help too. And again, I might be a little less ambitious with this one, and just keep it maybe more like an epilogue or something like that. Also do have a rough draft sort of written, but of course, like Art Class 2, whether it's going to be filmed that way in its entirety is up to pure speculation. I feel like I changed at least 3/4 of Art Class Part 2, and even what was in the last version of the script didn't exactly make it into the actual film. There were scenes that I wanted to have filmed, but didn't happen. The whole narration thing of Art Class 2, while it worked, that was not the way I wanted to frame the story. It was actually supposed to be Charles and his actual girlfriend walking throughout the park, and he's going to be the one narrating Art Class 2 and the story of Art Class 2 to her. And of course, hopefully sign her up for Art Class. But that never happened. And the scene of the two Shuis was actually supposed to be Charles and another actor, is like his roommate of sorts. And the other actor was like a character so full of himself. He basically, when Chuck is just so low right now, demeans him even more, makes him feel as low as humanly possible. But that, of course, that ended up changing because, well, circumstances happened. So maybe I'll just make Art Class 3 a little easier to film. That way, hopefully we have less problems to worry about. Although, hopefully this time I can find different software to use for the cartoon character and make him a little more updated, sort of. That, and this is something I didn't think about until just recently. You never know if any one of the actors there has to move. Obviously, my Uncle Preston isn't going anywhere. But then I have the voice of the cartoon character to figure out. I don't know if Shuey's going anywhere. Charles might be going back to school. I think he might be in school in Edinburgh right now. And then there's the issue. What if I move? So what do we do there? So that's going to be a big risk. So if it looks like any one of us is going to move, maybe I'll have some stuff filmed now and I'll just release it later. That way we can at least just get Art Class 3 out of the way, so at least it's somewhat ready. Because I don't want to recast roles. In fact, I'd rather not do it at all if moving away is going to be a problem. Of course, I had to think about my job situation. I might have to move into another state just to get it a good job opportunity, because again, I had to think about living on my own, on housing costs, the cost of living, price of food and gas, does the job pay good, and of course, at this point, since winter, I just can't stand winter, is it at a place where it's consistently warm, or at least 50 degrees or more? Because I love spring and summer, and I'm okay with fall. I hate winter. So that might be one of my job stipulations at this point is it at a place where it's warm? But again, there's the whole moving situation. You never know if people are going to move. So to compensate for that, maybe I should get something going now, and then I'll just edit something later, and then we'll go off that. But I'm not quite sure right now. Of course, I don't know which of the other 3 ideas I might do first, which one I might have to do instead. Maybe I'll come up with like another experimental short film to do. I don't know. But that's sort of the future of analog picture short films. So I'm hoping for one of the non-Art Class 3 ones to maybe be released March or April. So hopefully I probably should get something started right now. Maybe have something released in the summer or fall. And then get 1 or 2 of them next year, Art Class 3 included, and then we'll just have Art Class 3 conclude everything. So hopefully that's the current plan. Otherwise, that's all I have for today, so thank you for tuning into this update for Analog Pictures. It is coming to an end shortly, so I apologize, but there will be short films to come. So thank you for tuning into today's video. Hope to catch you on the fly. See ya.